welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. If you are new here, remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button just for me, please, so that it feels like I'm talking to more than 12 people. I would just really appreciate that. But thank you guys for clicking on this video. Let's get right in to it. Today we are going to be talking about body image. I chose this video today mainly because I'm not just talking to whoever is watching this video, I'm also talking to myself. Body image the last few days has been something that I've been really struggling with, and it has been difficult. One of the main reasons I wanted to make this video is because I think it's good to always have some sort of reminder or something that we can go back to when we are struggling. This is just as much for me as it is for anyone who wants to watch. Having these small, simple reminders can be so helpful to look back on, to just listen to and hear when you are struggling. Having this as a resource, I just think will be super helpful, which is one of the reasons why I'm making this video. These are some great reminders, some great tips that can help you when you are struggling with the way you think and the way you feel surrounding your body. So today we're going to be talking about 5 ways you can feel better about your body. Ready? Here we go. Number 1, you are not alone, okay? I know that sounds super cliche and like, oh my gosh, you're not alone. Listen, seriously, like, you're not alone. And I'm not trying to like invalidate anyone's experience, but hear me out, okay? You are not alone. I know that dealing with how your body looks or how your body feels or negative body image can feel really isolating, and I have firsthand experience of feeling very lonely when it comes to body image, just because you feel like no one can relate. It's not really something that you like want to just start talking about because you don't feel good about your body, so why would you draw attention to your body, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here to tell you that everyone most likely has struggled at some point on some day in some moment with feeling like their body was not enough. Maybe they didn't like the number on the scale that morning. Maybe they felt fat. Maybe they felt like they didn't measure up to beauty standards that our society holds. Maybe they felt like they weren't fit enough, or they didn't look good enough, or that something didn't fit them right that day, or whatever the case may be. Whether someone has an eating disorder or not, they most likely have struggled or had negative thoughts about their body at some point. So just know that whether you deal with disordered eating or have struggled with an eating disorder in the past or don't, you are not alone in having thoughts about your body that you don't love. The most popular people in the world struggle. People like you and me, we struggle. It is okay. We are human, and it is completely normal to struggle with body image and to not always feel 100 by yourself, okay? So you are not alone, and it is okay to struggle. Number 2, the feeling that you are having in this moment is temporary. And I know that can be very hard to believe and very hard to accept. And let me tell you, I am personally experiencing a not so great body image day myself, but I have proof from past experiences, whether they've dealt with body image or it's been some other feeling that I've had, it is temporary. Feelings are temporary and they don't last forever. Recognizing that feelings are temporary is something that I had drilled into me in therapy, not in a bad way, but in a good way. I just always remember my therapist helping me recognize that feelings are temporary just as much as they are valid. And so when I am having a hard time and I'm experiencing big feelings and heavy feelings and feelings that I don't love, I just try to remind myself like, hey, this feeling is temporary. This is just how I'm feeling in this moment. That doesn't mean I'm going to continue to always feel like this. And I know that can be so hard to wrap your mind around in the moment, but the feelings that you are feeling are temporary, and I think that can be really hopeful and helpful. Number 3, and I would say that this is probably one of the most important ones out of all 5, we need to recognize that we are so much more than our bodies. I think something that's really important is to recognize in those times when we are struggling with body image what it is that makes us more important. Maybe you're hilarious, or maybe you are very diligent, compassionate, caring, or empathetic. Maybe you're really smart, determined, an amazing friend, an amazing worker, an amazing sibling, an amazing mom, an amazing dad, an amazing child, an amazing person. I understand that it can be really hard to find things about yourself that you really love and that you really enjoy and that you really like that don't pertain to your body, because that's not really how society works. Society focuses a lot more on how we look look rather than who we are and what we are on the inside. But honestly, like, who you are as a person and what you are on the inside and how you treat people and how you love people mean so much more than how your body looks. In the grand scheme of things, you are so much more than your body. And I've said this in previous videos, but your body is the least interesting thing about you. I challenge you to find things that you enjoy about yourself, that you like about yourself, that you love about yourself, or that other people love about you, and just have those in your back pocket when you are struggling with body image, to just remind yourself of who you are and what you stand for and what you value rather than a body. Because I can guarantee you, you are so much more than what your body looks like, and I can promise you that. The fourth thing that we can do to feel better about our bodies is to change the way we talk to ourselves about our bodies. It can be so easy in the middle of struggling with body image to just pick ourselves apart. This is something that I also worked on a lot in therapy, was compassion, not just in terms of my eating disorder, but literally just having compassion on myself in every situation and every scenario. It is something that I'm constantly working on, is just having compassion on myself and being nice to myself, because it is so difficult to take a step back and be like, hey, you know what? I can understand it is completely valid that I'm struggling with body image right now. This is something that has been a coping mechanism for me in the past. Makes sense that it's coming up again, but it's not something that I want to engage in. Instead, I'm going to be compassionate for myself, and I'm going to show myself love and be kind to myself and not let those negative thoughts and those negative feelings linger. So I think just having compassion on ourselves can be so important and can help so much with really just how we talk to ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, how we think about ourselves. Ultimately, having compassion on ourselves is going to help so much when we do have times where we don't love our body, or we don't feel the best in the clothes that we're wearing, or when we're bloated, or when our stomach isn't feeling great. Having compassion can be so helpful, and really finding ways to be compassionate to yourself. And that looks different for everybody, and maybe finding how you can be compassionate or be kind to yourselves is something you can do, and I challenge you to do so. One way that I have compassion on myself is just reminding myself that, hey, it's okay to be dealing with this. It makes sense that you're dealing with it, and I don't blame you for dealing with this. But instead of listening to the negative thoughts in your head, picking ourselves apart in the mirror and obsessing over how we feel and how we look, instead we're gonna go do something that makes us feel good. Sometimes just focusing on something else and doing something else can be so helpful to get your mind off of your body. Number 5 is one that is really helpful, and that is finding different ways to appreciate your body that have nothing to do with how your body looks. Our bodies are such a blessing. Whether you have limitations, restrictions, your body is literally every single day keeping you alive. If you are able to listen to this video, to watch this video, your body is alive and it is well and it is keeping you alive, and that is just such a blessing. Sometimes I think we take for granted our bodies, and it's so easy to hate what we look like. That's just what's so ingrained in our society and ingrained in our lives and in our culture. When it really boils down to it, God has put so much work into our bodies. Everything that goes into how your body functions and works without you having to do anything is absolutely amazing. And I think we don't give our bodies enough credit and appreciate our bodies enough. So that's something that I've really been trying to work on the last few days, when I am really struggling, to be like, hey, okay, in this moment, I really don't like my body, and I really don't like how it feels, and I really don't like how it looks, but what are 3 things that I really appreciate my body for? And so I think just having that gratitude and that thankfulness for your body can really change your mindset and change your perspective to focus more on what your body can do and what your body is doing for you rather than what it looks like, because ultimately what your body can do for you is way more important than what your body looks like. So I hope these 5 things were helpful. To review, number 1, you are not alone. Number 2, the feelings that you are experiencing are valid, but they are temporary. 3, you are so much more than your body, and let's not forget, what are we supposed to not forget? I'm forgetting. Oh, your body is the least interesting thing about you. 4, to find some way to be nice to yourself, to have compassion on yourself. And 5, find things that you appreciate about your body. I hope this was helpful. I hope it gives you some easy, quick, practical ways to kind of just take a moment when you are struggling. You don't have to do all 5 of these things. These are just some things that you can fall back on when you are struggling with your body image. If you are struggling, or you ever have struggled with your body image or how your body looks, you are not alone. I just hope that in watching this, you feel a little bit less discouraged and you feel a little bit more prepared in the next time that you do struggle with your body and how it feels and how it looks. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to struggle. If this is something that you're struggling with, I hope that these 5 tips or like 5 ways to feel better about your body was helpful. If not, that's okay too. Please remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below if there's anything else in particular that you want to see. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.